What the hell going on, everybody? As y'all can see, it's currently 10:57 p.m. right now, you know what I'm saying, Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all see the title, man. How to make jazz samples. You feel me? Some shit like Bill Evans, Ahmad Jamal, Thelonious Monk, Miles Davis, just all in that cool jazz type of style. So I'm gonna go through how I made this melody, how I made this loop, break it down for y'all. Let's get straight to it. So y'all see the first thing I got pulled up right now is, you know what I'm saying, Analog Lab. Let me show y'all the preset real quick. The preset I got for this piano is called Butter. Should be like in the top 10 little pianos you see when you first open up Analog Lab. And I'm gonna play the melody for y'all real quick so y'all can hear. Oh shit. I'm gonna play the melody for y'all real quick so y'all can hear like the, you know what I'm saying, raw sounding thing, and I'm gonna just explain my process. Hey, please excuse my CPU. That shit is very old. You know what I'm saying? Just bear with me. I'm probably gonna get a better one soon. But for right now, the first chord, I say this in all my videos and I'm gonna repeat it again. I do not know like music theory when it comes to chords and, you know what I'm saying, tritone substitutions and like all that shit. I don't really know. I just play what sounds good. So for that first chord, what I think I have is a D minor 11th. I'm not sure. It might be a D minor 11th or be D minor 9th. But for that first chord, we got a D minor 9th. So what I did basically was just stay within all the white notes, right? Played in the D minor scale. You know what I'm saying? Everything but that A sharp being in the scale. So just stayed in the scale, made sure everything was in minor, and just played around with the notes, man. That's really one of the big keys to making jazz, is just staying in one scale. I recommend the C minor scale, the D minor scale, E minor scale. Any of those scales you can start with. Just stay within them scales. Look up videos of the diatonic chords. Diatonic chords will help a lot. Once you do that, you just, you know what I'm saying, do what you got to do. Try to figure out, listen to a lot of jazz. So let's say I did this. Let's make a chord right now. Let's make a chord right now. Let's make a jazz chord, so y'all can understand me a little better. So if I wanted to make a jazz chord, right, I started with G. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay within the G minor scale because usually jazz uses 3 scales: jazz minor, blues, or bebop. Those are the 3 scales. Right now, I only done on the minor scale of G. So with G, I'm pretty sure it's that's the major. So that's the G minor scale. So we're gonna stay within them notes of the G minor scale. So for the first chord, this is like a D. I'm not even gonna attempt to like describe that shit. I don't know what chord it is, but like I said, staying in the G minor scale, I made this chord right here. Just a jazzy little start. You know what I'm saying? Just stay within the notes of the scale. Borrow chords or borrow notes from sister scales that can also help with dissonance and just, you know what I'm saying, making jazz melodies. Because with jazz, you gotta remember, like, this is not classical music. There's no formula to it. So they might fuck around, add passing chords, or like they might, you know what I'm saying, do intervals or like some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So not everything gonna be too on the nose, complex. Like, it's a free form of, you know what I'm saying, music. Alright, quick editor's note. I did not use the Analog Lab piano. This is actually Lab's Intimate. Alright, so next up we got the acoustic bass. Acoustic basses in jazz is like the bread and butter to, you know, everything. So with the acoustic bass I got from Xenology, it's a pretty cheap sounding bass. I'm not gonna lie, you can definitely get a better one with like Trillion Contact. Just like any plugins that are specified for acoustic bass, you can find them anywhere. But I use this little cheap one, you feel me? I ain't want to load up Contact because Lord knows my computer will goddamn take off like a damn nuclear reactor if I load that shit up. So I ain't even finna, you feel me? For bass, I just play the same pattern as the piano. I'm gonna play it for y'all real quick. So it sounds pretty, you know what I'm saying, boring, which it is a boring bass line in terms of jazz standard. But you know what I'm saying, I want to just keep it simple for the sake of the tutorial. Um, Usually jazz basses can be all over the place, you know what I'm saying? It depends on what type of style you're making. Usually the cool jazz, like the Miles Davis jazz, follows the progression of the piano, you know what I'm saying, just subtly. But it can also be like some crazy basses, like you feel me, just avant garde jazz, off the wall type of shit, you know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be really no formula when you make your bass lines and, you know, jazz. You can really just do whatever as long as it resolves onto like whatever chord is coming up next, if that makes sense. Next, I got this little Celeste harp from Labs, BBC SO Celestian harp. You know what I'm saying? Just the preset on the screen if y'all want to use it. It's a pretty good Celeste, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. It does its job. So for this pattern, I just kind of accented the piano. I didn't really like do anything crazy. I ain't do anything like revolutionary. You feel me? I just accented the piano. If you watching this on your phone, you probably not even gonna be able to hear that shit because of how quiet it is. But it's there, I promise. So next up, I got this free plugin. You feel me? Sign Factory, aka Sign Player. Man, listen. If y'all niggas don't got this shit, y'all niggas is sleeping under the damn Golden Gate Bridge. This is one of the best sounding natural plugins that you will get for free on the internet, bro. Shout out Max Shooter 49 for spilling the sauce on one of his videos, man. It got everything. Let's go through it real quick. Organ, bass, drums, ukulele, studio percussion, free string ensemble, free flute, free jazz flute again, free studio voice. Like, it got a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? This is not a sponsor. I'm just telling y'all, like, this is a plugin you want to get if you don't got it. So for the strings, I had a long note just held out for the 4 bars, technically, which is 8 bars in this section, and just had to drop down a little bit. So I'm gonna play that for y'all.
You tripping.
So you got a hickey on your neck.
Tripping,
So don't turn your head. You got a hickey on your motherfucking neck. So what bitch was sucking on your neck?
Blood, this ain't even my neck.
So who neck?
Very drawn out long string that just sounds like, damn nigga, what is you doing? But in context, I promise you it works. No really big explanation on this. Again, just wanted to accent the piano, have something playing that can repeat in your head. You know what I'm saying? Just carry on the melody. So that's really all that was. Now, for my personal favorite part, I love doing this. I do little breakdowns with either a piano, EP, saxophone, because in jazz, let's say the jazz song just started, right? Usually about 30 seconds in, they'll bring the hook in or bring whatever thing it is that's hooking the listener in. And then once that hook plays, once that, you know what I'm saying, groove gets going, they start to improv with their musical instruments, whether it be piano, saxophone, the guitar, bass guitar could improv, jazz could improv, anything could improv in the jazz song. Yeah, so like I said, just improvising that whole section, staying within the scale still, just doing my, you know what I'm saying, little finesse here and there, little grace notes here and there. But I'm gonna go on to the drums, and that's pretty much gonna be the entire like breakdown of the melody. So for the drums, I actually did like a whole 16 bar. I know it's 8, but since the tempo is 55, it's at halftime. So if I wanted to speed this up, the tempo would be 125, and it would sound the exact same. But this whole section right here is actually a 16 bar drum loop. I am not gonna play it because I don't think y'all nigga want to sit here and listen to like 30-second of drums playing back and forth. But I'm just explaining my process of how I did it. So with these drums, right, these ain't really MIDI notes. These are just sounds from a literal drum kit. Like it's just little sounds, you know what I'm saying, that come from drum kit. So what I did was I just, you know, played around with it. Y'all see I did a little song with the velocities and shit leading into the crash, little rolls and just swells and just all that, you know, all that good jazz shit, you feel me? So like when you making jazz samples and all that, it's really important that I think it's really important to add like these little crashes and little cymbals, whatever, you know what I'm saying, just to accent the melody of the jazz. Like you don't want it to be too dry because you know you gotta have that swing. Jazz is all about that swing, you feel me? So you gotta have something swanky. Either the drums, the brushes, like something gotta be, you feel me? Something gotta give. Finally, I added a little texture. I got this from the producer grind kit. I don't know what kit it was. It was like 2 years ago. Y'all could probably go on their website, but shit, you can get hit with like 3 fucking ads back to back saying, "Do you want to buy this?" No, nigga, no. So, but y'all can find it though. But this is vinyl. This is the producer grind texture. Just a little vinyl thing. I'm gonna play for y'all real quick, and let me just go hop to the full sample. So for the mixing, for the processing of the sample, I'm gonna give y'all the greatest sauce known to mankind. Please do not share this video with your friends, because I do not even want this sauce getting out. Lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, man, this is my mixer track. This is the long ass question, man. It's the golden ticket, my nigga. Niggas ask me, how does your mix sound like it comes from the 1970s? This is how, my boy. A fruity parametric EQ and some vinyl. Now I'm about to tell y'all what this EQ do. This EQ right here, I use the low end and I use the high end, which is like the treble and shit. Brung it down. Oh my god. Brung it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So mess with the frequencies a little bit. So I'm gonna play the sample without this EQ, and I'm gonna play it with it, so y'all can kind of hear how it sounds a little bit older, a little bit more vintage. Might be a little bit like I don't think the difference is that big now that I hear it back, but I'm gonna show y'all like the big kicker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all the real big mama, the big mama. This fucking vinyl, man. This is a free plugin from Isotope, which is under Native, I think. But this is a free vinyl plugin, free emulator plugin. Basically makes your melody sound like that shit came straight from the 1970s golden age, like for real. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna make your melody sound like that shit is on wax for real. So I'm gonna play this without the vinyl. Y'all gonna hear a difference with this one, I promise. I'm gonna play it without the vinyl, and I'm gonna play it with it. Yeah, man, I know y'all niggas hear the difference with that. You can't even, you know what I'm saying, combat that. But all in all, y'all, this is the whole sample. This is the whole shebang, you know what I'm saying? What I would suggest when you're making these jazz samples, please don't go in this shit thinking you can just, like, transfer some trap shit and transfer R&B. Well, you can transfer a little bit R&B, but if you mainly a trap producer, bro, and you trying to make these samples, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this shit, bro. You gotta listen to this music. If it can sound, it might sound boring, it might do this, but if you watching this video, I'm gonna assume you got some interest. So you gotta listen to this music, bro. You gotta listen to it, because that's the only way you gonna understand the chords and how to actually do what you gotta do to get this sound. So three albums I would recommend is Kinda Blue by Miles Davis, just to start you off. Bill Evans Outtakes. I can't remember what the album, you know what I'm saying, name is for real, but I know what the cover is. I'll put it up on the screen. And then for the third one, shit. For the third one, mm, hmm. For the third one, I would say Jiro Inagaki Funky Soul. It's like a little Japanese jazz fusion, but that shit can just dip your toes in the water what it sounds like. There's a few misses, I ain't gonna lie, but overall, first listen, you gonna fuck with the album. I'm gonna put all 3 of them up there. But other than that, man, dissonance, learning your chords, diatonic chords, the scales and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just doing simple shit will help take your jazz melodies to a whole nother level. But I'm going to stop the video right there, man. I've been yapping for like probably 20 minutes and a half. So I'm going to play the whole sample. It's 11:17. I hope everybody have a good night. God bless. I'm out.